Chosen one, pause for a moment. This isn't just another video. You didn't click on this by accident, and I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to deliver a message your spirit has been waiting for. You've been protected from death, not once. They saw your last move. Heaven itself watched as you made a choice that shifted the direction of your entire life. The angels didn't just witness it, they rose to their feet. A standing ovation, not because it was loud or public, but because it was pure, unshaken, and unstoppable. You made that move when everyone expected you to break. You stood when the pressure was meant to make you fall. And heaven knows, that kind of faith doesn't go unnoticed. The whispers around you may have tried to convince you it was pointless. But God says, that was the very moment the chains broke. That was the move that declared, I am not who they said I am who God says I am. Now the path ahead will not be without storms. But you've already proven you don't need perfect conditions to keep walking. You just need your calling, and you have it. And now, unseen forces have already begun to move in your favor. Doors that were locked are trembling at their hinges. Enemies who plan to celebrate your downfall are watching in silence as the very thing they feared begins to unfold. You've entered a season where heaven will not allow your voice to be silenced. The same hands that caught you when you were falling are now lifting you to a place no one thought you could reach. This is not a moment for hesitation. It's a moment for bold steps, the kind of steps that scare your fear and feed your faith. Because when the angels stand for you, the earth will eventually have to follow. Every battle you fought, every silent tear you've shed, was seen and recorded in the courts of heaven. The standing ovation you received wasn't just for your victory. It was for the courage it took to keep moving when your strength was gone. You see, anyone can win when they feel strong. But you won when you were tired, wounded, and alone. That's why heaven calls you unstoppable. The enemy is unsettled because you didn't just survive, you transformed. What was meant to bury you became the very soil where God planted the seeds of your next season. Now those seeds are breaking through the ground. And soon everyone will see the harvest of your faith. The shift has already begun, even if your eyes can't see it yet. Your spirit can feel it, that quiet stirring that tells you something is about to happen. The same God who defended you in secret is about to honor you in public. There will be moments in the coming days when you'll realize the warfare around you has changed. Not because the enemy stopped trying, but because heaven increased your covering. And when this next move unfolds, it won't just silence your critics, it will convert some of them into witnesses. They'll have no choice but to admit, surely the hand of God is on them. You're walking into a chapter where every delay, every betrayal, and every closed door will make sense in the light of what's coming next. The very places where you were rejected are about to become the stages where you are celebrated. The same tables you were once denied a seat at will be the ones God prepares for you, right in front of those who doubted you. Every unseen sacrifice, every moment you chose obedience over convenience, has been multiplied in heaven's hands. And what's coming will not match what you lost. It will exceed it beyond measure. The enemy wanted your last move to be your final chapter, but God decided it would be your opening scene. This is why the angels stood, because they know what's next. Heaven's records show your faith has been tested, and the verdict has been given, approved, chosen, anointed. There is a weight to your next season. Not a burden, but a mantle. It's the authority that comes when you've been through fire and refuse to bow to anything less than God's plan. You will notice the atmosphere around you shift. Conversations will change. People you thought forgot about you will suddenly remember your name, because heaven has placed it back in their spirit. This is not coincidence, It's divine alignment. What was hidden will now be revealed, and the opportunities that once seemed far from your reach will be placed right in front of you. Your last act of obedience has set in motion a chain of blessings that cannot be stopped by man, time, or circumstance. The spiritual realm is already announcing your arrival. You may not hear it with your ears, but the sound of your breakthrough is echoing through heaven's gates. The angels are not only standing, they're moving, carrying instructions straight from the throne of God. Every obstacle that was built to block you is being dismantled piece by piece. What you thought was resistance was actually redirection, pushing you toward the exact place you were meant to stand. The winds are shifting in your favor, and when the next door opens, you won't have to force it, because it will swing wide as if it's been waiting for you all along. God is about to vindicate you so publicly that even those who never believed in you will have to speak of his goodness. This next chapter is not just about blessing, it's about positioning. God is placing you in rooms you never campaigned to enter, in conversations you never had to beg to be part of. You are stepping into favor that was written with your name on it before you even took your first breath. Every tear you cried in secret has been stored in heaven's treasury, and now it returns as joy, influence, and divine authority. Your presence will carry a weight that cannot be ignored, not because of who you are in the world's eyes, but because of the seal God has placed upon your life. You won a battle the enemy was certain you would lose, and that victory has shifted the balance of your destiny forever. The silence you've endured was never emptiness, it was incubation. While you thought nothing was happening, God was forming something so powerful it had to remain hidden until the right moment. That moment is now approaching. You will feel it in the way doors suddenly open, in the way resistance suddenly loses its grip. Even the enemy will sense the shift, because the ground beneath their schemes is breaking apart. The ovation in heaven was not just for your past obedience. It was a declaration of what's about to be released through you. Your name has been spoken in the throne room, and once it is spoken there, no power on earth can cancel it. The very atmosphere is preparing to announce, this is the one God has chosen. The shift will be so sudden that even you will pause and wonder, how did this happen so fast? But heaven will whisper back, it didn't happen fast, it happened on time. Every delay, every detour, every painful waiting season was heaven's way of aligning the stage for your entrance. The enemy's greatest mistake was thinking your silence meant defeat, when in reality it meant preparation. You have been refined in the hidden places, and now you carry a strength that storms cannot break. When you step into this next season, you won't be walking in as the same person who entered the trial. You'll be walking in as the proof that God still raises the forgotten, still redeems the broken, and still honors the faithful. And when you arrive, heaven's standing ovation will be matched on earth. The light on you will not be the result of human effort. It will be the unmistakable glow of divine favor. Even those who once dismissed you will feel an unexplainable pull to listen when you speak, to watch when you move, to follow where you lead. This is the season where God will make it undeniable. You were chosen not by vote, not by popularity, but by his sovereign hand. The angels who stood for you are now going before you, clearing the path, opening the way, and ensuring that no weapon formed against you can take root. And when your next step comes, you will not have to explain yourself. Your victory will speak so loudly that explanations will be unnecessary. The heavens have already decided. Now the earth is about to witness the very shadows that tried to swallow you will become the backdrop that makes your light impossible to ignore. Your story will no longer be whispered in secret. It will be told in awe. Every unseen moment of endurance was an investment into this very hour. You didn't just survive for yourself. You survived because your breakthrough will unlock freedom for others. This is why the enemy fought you so violently. Because he knew your victory would not end with you. It will ripple outward, touching lives you haven't even met yet, changing destinies you'll never see with your own eyes. And when it happens, those watching will not be able to explain it away. They will have to acknowledge, this was the work of the living God. There is a crown being placed on your head in the Spirit. Not one made of gold and jewels, but of authority, endurance, and divine assignment. It is the mark of one who stood the test and remained faithful. You are about to walk into places where the atmosphere will shift, simply because you entered, not because of your strength, but because you carry the presence of the one who sent you. The angels who applauded your last move are now positioned at your side, ready to war for you, to guard you, and to guide you. Every trap laid for you will be exposed before it can touch you. Every lie spoken against you will collapse under the weight of truth. The season you are stepping into will confirm why you had to endure the last one. The ground beneath your feet is shifting, not to throw you off balance, but to elevate you to a higher place you could not reach before. Every spiritual gate that was once closed to you is unlocking at the sound of heaven's command. You are stepping into territories where your voice will carry weight, and your presence will release change. This is more than promotion. This is a divine unveiling. The world will not just see what you do. They will see who sent you. The angels who rose to their feet in honor of your last act of obedience are now preparing the atmosphere for your next move. And when it comes, it will not just open one door. It will open a corridor of opportunities that will accelerate your destiny beyond anything you imagined. You are entering a moment where time itself will feel accelerated. What once took years will begin to happen in days. The waiting has broken, and the flow of heaven's favor is being released without restriction. You will stand in places you only saw in visions. You will hold in your hands what you once only prayed for in tears. And when it comes, you will know it wasn't luck. It was the fulfillment of every promise spoken over your life. The applause of heaven is not just a celebration. It is a signal, a sign that the final pieces have fallen into place. And the command has been given, release it to them now. Even as you hear these words, the atmosphere around you is shifting, making way for the arrival of what you've been prepared to carry. What is coming will not fit into the measure of what you've seen before. It will surpass the limits of your past experiences and break every ceiling the enemy tried to place over you. The applause of the angels was not for a moment, it was for a destiny. And now that destiny is unfolding before your very eyes. Your next step will carry such authority that even closed hearts will be forced open. Even locked opportunities will unseal themselves. The heavens have already signed your release papers. The delays have expired. The resistance has been overruled. From this point forward, your movement is no longer just yours. It is backed by the full weight of heaven's will. The shift is not coming. It is here. The sound of your breakthrough is already shaking the unseen realm. What was locked in the spirit is being loosed right now. Assignments that were delayed are being rushed to you with urgency, because the appointed time can no longer be held back. The angels that rose for you are now surrounding you, forming a wall of fire that no darkness can penetrate. Every curse spoken over you is breaking midair. unable to land where God's covering rests. This moment is not about survival, it is about emergence. You are not coming out barely standing. You are coming out crowned, strengthened, and unstoppable. The celebration in heaven is not just for what you endured, but for what you are about to walk into. A realm where favor is your language and victory is your normal. You have been carried through a season that tried to strip you of everything. Yet here you stand, unbroken, unshaken, and marked by glory. This is why the angels rose to their feet. They saw the war you fought in silence, and the strength you gained when no one was watching. Now, every hidden victory is becoming a public testimony. The very places where you were overlooked are about to call your name, not as an afterthought, but as the one who carries what no one else could. The spiritual weight on you has shifted. You are no longer just a fighter, you are a carrier of breakthrough. Where you go, chains will snap. Where you speak, walls will fall. Where you stand, the atmosphere will bend to God's will. The earth is about to see what heaven already knows. You are chosen. The season of proving is over. You have already passed the test that mattered most. The test of faith when nothing made sense. Now, God is shifting you from hidden battles to visible victories. The same places that once questioned your worth will witness the undeniable evidence of His hand upon your life. The angels who stood in honor of your last move are not returning to their seats. They are moving with you, escorting you into territories that were once blocked. Every word spoken against you will lose its power in this season. Every plan designed to slow you will be dismantled before it touches you. Your steps are no longer tentative, they are ordered. And each one will bring you closer to the fulfillment of what was promised. This is the hour where what you carry will be impossible to contain, chosen one. You'll move through your day with a grace and ease that feels almost supernatural. Every joint, every muscle, every part of you will respond as if it's been completely rebuilt. Your hands will feel stronger, steadier, capable of both delicate precision and unshakable power. Your back will carry no strain, your legs no heaviness, your steps no hesitation. When people look at you, they won't just see youth, they'll see renewed purpose. They'll see someone who has been given another chance, not to waste, but to use with intentional force. This transformation will not only bless you, it will ripple into the lives of everyone connected to you. Because the moment God restores His chosen, that restoration becomes a beacon for others to believe in their own miracle, chosen one. Even in the smallest moments, you'll feel the shift reaching for something on a high shelf, bending down without strain, moving swiftly without thought. Your body will obey without resistance, as though every muscle has been reminded of its true design. Your renewed energy will spill into your relationships. You'll be more present, more engaged, more alive in every interaction. People will feel energized simply by being near you. Your days will no longer be measured by how much strength you have left, but by how much possibility you can fit into them. And you'll quickly realize this isn't the return of your old self. This is the arrival of a greater self, the version of you that was hidden, waiting for this exact moment in time. Chosen one. You'll sense a divine rhythm in your body, every heartbeat, every breath, every movement perfectly in sync with heaven's timing. There will be no sluggishness, no hesitation, only flow. Your skin will feel refreshed, your muscles responsive, and your mind crystal clear. Even your posture will speak before you utter a single word, telling the world that you are unshaken, renewed, and unstoppable. Crowds will feel different now. You won't be lost in them. Instead, you'll stand out effortlessly, as though a spotlight follows you wherever you go. Not because you seek attention, but because the transformation in you demands it. And you'll know deep within, this is not a fleeting change, but a permanent seal of God's favor over your life. Chosen one. Even your shadow will seem to carry authority now. When you walk past, people will pause, sensing a shift they can't explain. You'll find yourself standing for longer without fatigue, working for hours without that familiar heaviness, and moving through your day as though your body was built for endurance. Your hands will no longer tremble from strain. Your breath will no longer quicken from simple tasks. Everything will feel effortless. There will be a confidence in your stride that no one can mistake. Not the arrogance of the world, but the certainty of someone who knows they've been touched by the hand of God. And every time you look at yourself, you'll see more than just youth restored. You'll see a warrior reborn, ready for everything heaven has prepared. Chosen one, if this message has resonated in your spirit, don't just scroll past. This is your confirmation that God is doing something extraordinary in your life right now. Subscribe to the Chosen Guide, because the next word you hear could be the one that unlocks your destiny.